What is up, everybody? The Hunter GT with TheHunterGT.com. That's right, go check out the website. What is going on today? The AU Gold Finder from Nokta Makro detectors here. That's right, not a lot of information or videos about this detector on the forums, on the YouTube. So I'm going to run it through the paces, check it out from top to bottom, and give it the love that it deserves. As we can see, it's not a digital looking detector, no ID, no digital faceplate. It has an analog look and feel, all the knobs and buttons, but make no mistake, on the insides it is a digital detector packed full of the newest features and all that good stuff. So let's take a look at the box here. 56 kilohertz frequency, high frequency gold detector, rain and dust resistant to IP54 standards, 3 search modes, all metal, disc 1 fast and disc 2 deep. Includes 2 waterproof DD search coils, a 10x5 and a 5-inch coil covers included. Auto and manual ground balance, intelligent self-adjusting threshold, the ISAT. Ground tracking, ferrous, non-ferrous LED indicator, intelligent masking, eye mask, discrimination filter, and an audio boost. There you go. A 2-year warranty from Nokta Makro right there. We'll check out the side here. Has a little pictures of the package contents. The AU26 waterproof DD search coil, 26 by 14 centimeters, 10 by 5. 7-foot cable, so a extra long cable on that one. AU13 waterproof DD search coil, 13 centimeters round, 5 inches, with a 7-foot cable as well. Wired headphones, a nylon hip mount belt. That's why it has a 7-foot cable on these cords here, or 7-foot length on these cables, these cords, because it does have a nylon hip mount belt, so you can put the box on your hip off of the pole and lighten it up quite a bit. 4 AA alkaline batteries included as well. The back side is all French. I don't speak French, so without further ado, all right, guys, here we have it all laid out. We will take a look at it one by one here. Little plastic baggie. We have our code of ethics card in there, a quick start guide, a full manual inside of there, and then we flip it over here and we have our international warranty card with your serial number. Fill it out there, write it down, go register it on Nokta Makro's website. Headphones here, these are actually Sony MDR XB550s. It has true stereo on it, a line going to each side of the head. They are on-ear headphones, so they're going to press right on your ear. Some people like that, some people prefer over the ear. There you go. It does come with the 1/4-inch connection on there. It even has an inline microphone. You can take off that connection, put it right into your cell phone there, and you have an inline microphone. You want to take calls out in the field. There you go. So a hip strap. Why do they have a hip mount strap there? Well, you can take the head unit off, connect it right onto your hip there, really lighten up the S-rod handle. It's super light, super ergonomic as it is, but look at these coils. They have 7-foot cables on them. Like I said in that first little bit on the box there, 7-foot cables, so you can definitely hip mount this thing with the strap there and go get wet with the coil and everything up to hip deep, basically. Up to hip deep, basically. So 5-inch coil on this bad boy is actually heavier than this elliptical, by a fair margin heavier. They really did a number on this elliptical. It is very light, feels very good. So comes with the nut right there, the coil nut, 2 poles, the lower rod and the upper aluminum rod right here with the locking collar. This lower rod here, this plastic polycarbonate, whatever you want to call it, look at the thickness on that bad boy. Look at that. That is probably one of the thicker lower rods I have seen, and there is 0 flex in that bad boy. I mean, there is 0 flex on your coil. When you're swinging it, that thing stays nice and straight. You are good to go. So let's take a look at the head unit here. We have the detector stand on bottom, so it stays upright out in the field. Nice foam arm cuff. You can slide this forward and backwards with these 2 little nuts right here. Just loosen them, and it will slide forward and backwards. S grip right there, nice and foamy and padded for you. Let's take a look at the top here. Look at that speaker. No paper in there. There's no cardboard type speaker in there. It's a nice hard polycarbonate type speaker. 4 AA battery symbol. You see the plus minus right there. That is the battery compartment on the back. You just screw that little cap off, slide in your 4 AA batteries. You're good to go. Coil connection right there. Locking collar on the back. And man, this thing is built like a tank. I mean, listen to this. It is not hollow. It is like built super well, built like a tank. I tell you what. So on the front here, we have little headphone 1/4-inch dust cover on there on the left-hand side. I always like seeing that, a little way to cover up the dust compartment. On off button right here, let's turn it on. 5 beeps for a battery test right there. We got a little switch here from all metal to our disc modes, ground balance knob, a boost switch, tracking switch. We'll go over all these knobs on top here. Disc filter, sensitivity, threshold, ISAT. We'll go over that during the next segment of the video. 1-tone LED on, 2-tone LED off. So there you go. There it is in a nutshell, all laid out and ready to go. What do you say we put it together? Run through the features on the faceplate there, run it through a few tests with some gold, some coins, maybe even a nail test or two. Let's go see what this AU Gold Finder is all about. All right, so here we go. We're going to check over the knobs and dials. There's no menu, so to speak. It's all knobs, dials, toggle switches here, one single button there in the middle. So I can check out the battery compartment here, though, for you guys, since we have it mounted on a tripod here. Going to make life easier for the menu with the tripod here, or the setup. So four AA batteries right in the back there. A little dust-proof cover with a little O-ring on there, and it just like that. That's the batteries for you. So nice and easy. Built like a tank. You're going to hear that quite a bit in this video. This thing is just built phenomenally. I mean, it is really, really good. The build quality of this sucker. I love it. So bottom right, off volume. So we crank that to turn it on. 5 beeps giving us a full battery check. We can crank the volume all the way up, down, however we want right there. So we'll just leave it off for now. Bottom right, we have our headphone dust cover there, headphone port right there, 1/4-inch connection, standard 1/4-inch connection right there. Left-hand side here, we have the mode toggle switch, all metal, disc 1 fast, disc 2 deep. So just toggle between the 3 modes with that toggle switch right there. All metal mode, of course, all metals show up. Disc 1 fast, disc 2 deep. Well, obviously those are discrimination modes. Fast is going to have a fast recovery speed. Deep is going to give you a little bit extra depth. So not quite as much depth in fast mode, not quite as good recovery speed in the deep mode. So they are named appropriately, okay? The discrimination happens right here with the disc filter knob up on the top left. Now you'll see it says 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 40 here, but 10, it has that mark on it. So right there, you want to line up the little orange line there. That is your default out-of-the-box settings. It talks about that in the manual. Definitely read the manual twice, 3 times, please. So disc filter, stock setting is going to be 10. Sensitivity. Now disc filter is only going to work in your disc 1 and 2 modes. All metal mode, there is no disc filter there. It's not going to work. Just as your threshold does not work in the disc modes, it only works in all metal. Okay, so stock setting for disc filter is 10. I found that square nails are going to knock out at about 20. Okay, and actually it was pretty cool. The small little nuggets still come in at this 20 range. I thought it was pretty neat. Pretty neat. So, but stock, we're just going to leave it right now on 10. Sensitivity right here, you can see the stock setting. You want to line up your orange bar there to 7. That is sensitivity. It is what it says it is. It is how sensitive or how deep the detector is going to go. Threshold right here, where you want your hum. There is no stock setting. It is up to personal preference there, so you can set your little bar wherever you want to set it from minimum to max. ISAT, which is intelligent self-adjusting threshold, it is going to be at 6 right there. iMask, the stock setting of 6, ISAT as well. You can adjust those. I usually run them pretty darn low. It has a really smooth threshold away from EMI. I'm indoors right now. I can't really show it off. The later video in my garage, it doesn't really have the smoothest threshold because, like I said, I'm in the middle of the city. Tons of EMI going on around me. But out at your gold claim, out at the mine or whatever, probably not too much EMI interference, hopefully, anyways, and you'll get a nice smooth threshold. But intelligent self-adjusting threshold, that is going to basically increase the recovery time of your threshold, okay, as you adjust that. iMask, that is only going to work in your disc modes. iSat is for your all metal mode. So when you switch down to disc 1 and 2, it turns into I mask here. And what that is going to do, the higher it is, the more it's going to ignore hot rocks, false signals in your soil, basically. The lower it is, the more wide open the filtering is. Or zero filtering, I should say, as far as the hot rocks and the ground mineralization mode goes. So that's what masking does. It will mask the hot rocks for you there. Up top here, we have this toggle switch. It says 1-tone LED on, 2-tone LED off. So if it's up, you're going to be in 1-tone mode. Okay, and the LED is going to go red for ferrous iron and green for gold or non-ferrous. It says gold, but anything non-ferrous is going to make it flash green. You're going to see that later in the video there. Great for people hard of hearing or completely hearing impaired. So it's pretty nice. I like that feature. See a lot of people say, hey, do any detectors have LEDs? Not a lot of people, but you see it every once in a while in the forums online. Is there any detector that flashes? I'm either completely deaf or I'm hearing impaired, whatever. And yeah, so flashes green for gold non-ferrous, red for ferrous there. If you're in the 2-tone setting, the LED is off and you are going to get a base tone for your iron and a mid-tone, zip tone for everything else, your non-ferrous, basically. So that is it in a nutshell. To ground balance it manually, you're going to turn the knob here. To auto, just pump it. You're going to just hold it in right there. And then boost, all metal mode only boost. It's an audio boost. It is not a transmit boost, okay? It's an audio boost here, on or off, and then tracking right here, on or off. What tracking is, it is basically going to track the ground balance. So you don't have to sit here and adjust it over and over again. You're not sitting here pumping your coil every foot. It is going to track for you, and you do not need to make any adjustments while in tracking mode on. Okay, so tracking ground balance right there. Like I said, boost is an audio boost from the way I understand it, not a signal boost. Same thing with the Gold Cruiser. It definitely works. It definitely works. So I would most likely use it on in most cases myself. So there you go. That is the AU Gold Finder front panel. All right, it's a gold machine. We're going to do the gold test first. So right here, 0.3 gram picker. Right there, it's a 0.3 on my scale. That's about how big it is on my fingertip. All right, we're going to put it right on the edge there. And then this other little picker right here, it does not even register on my gram scale. I don't have a grain scale. I need to get a grain scale, but there you go. It's 0.00 on my gram scale right there. Little tiny sucker. So there they are. Let's see what this AU Gold Finder can do. Stock settings right now, everything is at, stock setting. Excuse me. Oh, let's get ISAT all the way up. All right, so up to its stock position there. So all metal mode, boost is off. All metal mode, audio boost off. Let's see what the 0.3 does. Nice and loud. Let's see what the little picker does. Definitely hitting it. Slower swing speed in all metal mode. Listen. Hear that? Compared to where it doesn't even hit it. Look at that. It's barely even hitting it with that fast swing speed. So definitely hitting it. Let's turn on that audio boost over here in all metal mode. Let's listen now. Real loud on that one. Quite a bit louder. So definitely hitting them. Definitely hitting them. Let's go down to disc fast now. Disc fast. It's on the default disc setting of 10 right there. Default disc setting of 10. No problem. Let's try the little one. No problem. And I dare say that that's better sounding than all metal. Let's switch back up to all metal on the little one. Listen. And then down to disc fast. I don't know, I feel that's louder in the discrimination setting, and the same thing with the cruiser, the gold cruiser. I found that the disc settings are so super sensitive, it's almost a better audio report than the all metal mode. I find that fascinating and a pretty cool feature, actually, pretty cool. So down to disc 2 deep now, disc 2 deep. No problem. Let's try the little one. Green light. No problem. So no problem with the little nuggets, no problem at all. Let's go run over some air testing and with some coins and some nail tests. Let's see what it does as a relic hunter. I'm kind of curious, and just as a coin shooter. I know it's not made for that, obviously. I honestly consider this to be like a hard rock nugget shooter in your cave, you know, in your mine, basically. It's built like a tank. I'm not so sure I'd want to take my gold cruiser. I consider the gold cruiser more of a placer hunter out in the fields, all that, while this one I consider more of a, you know, banging around, maybe in your mine, hard rock mining, a tailing pile, stuff like that. I don't know. Let's go do some more testing. Fun stuff. All right, here we go with a nail test with it. I don't consider it really a relic hunter. Like I said, the gold cruiser, I think you're going to do better relic hunting with the gold cruiser. It's more of an all-around gold machine for rings, for earrings, for you can hit up the lake with it, swimming hole. This one, this AU Gold Finder, I consider this to be more like just a hardcore prospecting machine, a hardcore mining machine. So we'll see how it does. We'll see. First time I've done it, honestly. So we get little pops here and there, but I got the disc set. The disc is set to right at 12 o'clock, at 20. At 20 is where it knocks out these nails, basically. We'll get a little pop here and there. All right, so go ahead and put that penny down, Indian head penny. Here we go. Let's see what we get. We're getting hits. Look, even green hits. We're getting some green hits on there. But for the most part, number 1's a fail. Number 3 doesn't really like it. So we get over here. Number 2's good. Number 4's good. But for the most part, it does not like 1. Little pops here and there. More than what we were getting without it. Go ahead and remove it. And as you can see, pretty scratchy still. So not the greatest on number 1. Go ahead and put that gold ring down. Here's an 8K gold ring. Now this is pretty surprising. There's an 8K super, super thin gold ring. So we heard what it was doing with that Indian head penny. Here's the gold ring. Much better. Look at that. Oh, overloading. Too close, too close. And look, we're getting green, we're getting red. It's confused. There's a lot of iron, a lot of stuff there, but it's letting you know that there's something green there. So we can run it like that. Go ahead and take it away real quick. Or we can run it 0 disc all the way down. Go down to 2-tone mode. Now we got that. Iron audio. It's not adjustable. Go ahead and put that ring back. We're just going to do the ring. Now let's listen. No lights. 2-tone, low tone, high tone. Much better. So I'm not going to do the number 2 spot. I'm not going to do every coin in the book or anything like that. So there we go as far as the relic hunting. If you want to listen to the iron audio, go down to 2-tone, lower your disc all the way down. It actually does pretty good if you can wrap your head around that audio. I don't like to hunt that way. I don't like to listen to my audio unless I can lower the iron volume. I'm talking about the FE tone. If I can lower that to like a level 1, and then make my gold ring like a level 10, I like that. But with this machine, you can't do that. So would I call it a hardcore relic hunter? Absolutely not. You cannot adjust the FE tone on it or anything. So if you can wrap your head around, if you can hunt like that right there, listening to bum, 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 it actually doesn't do too bad. So let's go bust out a few air tests and call it a video. All right, so I got it cranked out. You can hear it popping and spitting at me off here to the left. It's in disc 1 deep mode, all the way cranked up. Disc at about 12 o'clock to quiet it down some, but all these objects come in no problem. We got a Civil War, actually a American-Mexican War bullet. No, it's Civil War. This one's Civil War, actually. So Civil War bullet, 10K gold ring right there, and then we got 3 different sizes of silver for the heck of it, a Indian head penny right there, a buffalo nickel, and a French centime, a big mid conductor there. So let's find out. Let's start with the silver. Start with the silver dime. What are we gonna get? We're looking about 8-9 inches before it drops off. Silver quarter there. We're looking at about 9-10 inches, about a full inch larger there. Large silver $50. And we're looking about a 10-11 inch, so about an inch on each size up there. About an inch on each size up. Not a silver hunter, this machine. It's the AU gold finder, not the silver finder, right? Let's try the Indian head penny here. 1 Indian head penny right there. Almost dropped it. Almost dropped it. About 9 inches. And we're still getting hits out to 10 here and there, but we'll call it 9. So about 9 inches. Here's a nice mid conductor, a buffalo nickel. It likes that. Out to 10 inches, we're getting repeatable hits. So not the monster killer that gold cruiser was on nickels. Clear out past a foot on nickels. Let's try this French centime here. And about 11 inches on that. The gold ring, I gotta like press it against, I've been pressing them against my leg like that so I can actually get them held right here. Looking at about 9 inches on the gold ring. And then it drops off. Big old honking lead bullet. Big old heavy lead bullet. And it drops off at about 8-9 inches. So there you go, just about everything there, everything there under a foot, not just about, everything there under a foot. So not the monster that the gold cruiser was, this AU gold finder. Let's go pick it up here and give it a final farewell here from the video. So not the monster that the gold cruiser was, as we saw that thing was hitting stuff out to a foot. Basically, both very sensitive. Like I said, I consider this to be a little bit more of a hardcore build. It's got the knobs, the switches. It's built like a freaking tank. The Gold Cruiser, very good build quality as well. It's built like the Amphibio and the Cruiser. So very good build quality on those. I'm not knocking those at all, but this one is just, it's on a different level as far as build quality. I mean, these knobs, these buttons, these switches here. It's on a different level than most detectors as far as the build quality goes. So if you're a hardcore prospector or miner, you know, I say this definitely takes the place of, you know, the Fisher Goldbug or something like one of those older detectors. This is the new stuff, you know, the Gold Cruiser. It's the new stuff, basically, for finding the gold. Very pleased with it. Not the greatest relic hunter, not the greatest coin shooter, but is it made for that? Of course not. We're just doing that to be not silly, but just to wrap our heads around the performance, just to see what it's like for the heck of it. So there you go. Very sensitive to gold, though. Very sensitive to gold. Can't wait to get this out and use it. Go away, virus. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hunter GT signing off. I will see you on the next video.